Hi there, Chris here with another fresh tip for you all. In this video we are going to continue our look at painting the INDOMITUS Necrons, and I'm going to be continuing work on the Skorpekh Destroyer. As you can see, the blade and the main body itself has been completed, and so now I'm just going to work on the little orbs and the eyes. And basically what I'm going to get started with here is some Celestra Gray. I'm using this because it's a base color and it's nice and it covers on top of other colors really well. Now this model has already been given a varnish, and you can see I'm just going to work on those little orbs that are on the forearm as well as the hips, just on the forward leading legs. The back leg doesn't have an orb. I don't know what these things are. They're just little orbs. So with the Celestra Gray, I'm going to put down a nice even base coat on top of the little orb section itself. When I do apply 2 layers, but when I apply the second layer, I don't show it because I'm actually pulling it up a little bit closer so I can be a bit more accurate as to where I should be putting the color. But otherwise, it will be 2 little thin layers on that surface. Next I'm going to use is some golden titanium white from the Golden High Flow line. These are paints that are designed for airbrush markers and, of course, paintbrush. With this color here, I'm going to simply fill in the center of the orb. Not going for anything in particular, really just kind of filling in the center. So it's kind of like drawing a little circle and then kind of filling it in. Don't worry if you are not terribly accurate as far as that is concerned. Just try not to go too far into the sides or in the recess of the orbs themselves. Next, we're going to work on the eyeballs. I'm just simply catching the main orbs of the eyes themselves. I'm not filling in the entirety of that little socket of the eyeball. You can see it's still quite dark inside there, and that's from the previous non-oil gloss that was applied. Fluorescent pink from Golden High Flow, and this is a really fantastic color. This is what I used on the blade itself. So we're going to continue that. I take a very healthy amount of water and slightly mix it into the little dollop of paint. And with this little thinned out mixture, I'm basically just going to let it flow into all the little nooks and crannies surrounding the orb. The orb actually has like this little ring around it, and I did contemplate painting that something else, but I figured no, I'll just keep it as far as, you know, kind of this glowing orb thing in these Necrons. What these are, who knows? I figured it'd be kind of fun. It looks like a fun little place to actually apply some color onto these guys, and so I'm just basically going for it. So we're just filling in these little areas here and allowing it to pool up within the recess of the detail itself, so it gives us that brightness along the outer edge. I'm avoiding most of the center of the orb itself, and I will go through and apply a second layering. In the eyes themselves, I initially was looking at like, maybe I'll just paint the eyeball itself, but then I decided, no, I'll just hit the entire socket itself. Now there's a little too much paint in some of the areas, so I will clean my brush off and draw the excess out. Here I am just applying the second layer, and again I'm trying to avoid most of the center because I do want that to remain quite bright as I'm building up this fluorescent. Now the whole point of the Celestra Gray was that with the fluorescence, that the Celestra Gray would not cast as much brightness back, and that's really what I wanted. I wanted it to be a little bit duller and a little bit deeper out towards the sides of the orb versus the center of the orb being much brighter, and this is what I was really kind of going for here. Coming back with the titanium white and just filling in the center a bit more, just again to reestablish it. And again, I was a little bit, haphazard when I applied that second layer on there, and it actually obscured some of it. But also what it gave me was, if you like, it doesn't really show up here on the camera, but to the eyeball you see this kind of cloudiness to it, and I thought that was actually kind of fun. And I did toy with the idea of going with this more mystical kind of flowing liquidy, kind of vibe. Here I'm just simply hitting the eyes with some white just to give them some more brightness and just to really bring them out in those eye sockets. Next, I'm taking a little bit more pure fluorescent pink right out of the bottle and just going around where we previously established that white just to give us a bit of a blend, but I do want to have more of that white showing up in the center, like this is kind of a power source, or you can make up whatever reasoning you want. After this, I was pretty happy with where it was, but I thought, you know what, it's a little too bright, so we're going to come in with some quinacridone magenta from Liquitex inks. I'm going to add some Liquitex Flowway to this mixture just to thin it out ever so slightly and so that it flows really nicely. And with our brush, I basically just move the brush around the orb itself, closest to where it comes to the body. And just to deepen up the color, this isn't a terribly opaque color, although it is fairly opaque. But just really ringing around the orb itself and establishing, and also where I hit some of the body, I simply just take my finger and wipe the excess away. There is a varnish, a gloss varnish on top of this, so the paint, as long as you're fast, it will clean up really quickly on in around the orbs themselves. So, you know, no worries there. And simply just deepening up the color around. And of course, that also helps build intensity. And this is the kind of thing that if you were doing this around the eyeballs, and so I decided, you know what, let's do it around the eyes. And I ended up applying too much color into the eyes, as you'll notice, although it does look pretty darn cool with that intensity in the center. But I cleaned the brush off really fast and then just siphon out the excess color in there, because again, it is quite thin. Now I end up hitting some of the cheekbones with some of the color. It's a bit like a glaze, and I decided, well, maybe I could leave that like an OSL, but I said, nah, screw it, and wipe the excess away. I just use my finger. Again, because this model has been given a varnish, it is no trouble at all to pull the excess color off that surface. And then again here, I'm just coming back with the white and just trying to apply the tiniest of dots in that center. Again, emulating some sort of power sourcing or, you know, whatever you can imagine. This alien technology, it's, you know, it's crazy. And, you know, who knows what it does, right? But that is it. That is the little orbs and eyeballs on this Necron Destroyer. I think it's a little bit fun, add some visual interest, and especially if you're going along with this kind of color scheme where you're predominantly one color around the most of the body. I think it really helps to, you know, bring out like the weapons and pick out these details, especially in very vibrant type colors, especially if you've gone with one tone, grays, whatevers, you know. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. Big thank you to all my patrons. Without their support, these videos would not be possible. If you're considering Patreon support, click the link in the description below and you'll be taken to a magical website called Patreon where there's varying tiers to support at, and a huge thank you to everybody who does. Take care of those brushes and they will take care of you.